At Let's Tell Their Story, we'd like to advise that some content may contain rape, domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, child abduction, and murder. Not all content is suitable for all audiences. Please be advised while listening. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Let's Tell Their Story. I'm Casey. I give you a true crime
I'm Quentin, and I give you conspiracy or legend.
or legends or whatever he decides this week. Who knows what's up in his head? So we actually had something else planned today, but I kind of overslept because my alarm didn't go off, and I am not receiving an email back quite yet. So hopefully we can get this together in the future. I'm hoping because you guys will love it. I know you guys will love it. But I'm gonna get right into it today, and I am going to be talking about Tina Marquette and Tom Cooter. I believe that's how you spell it, or not. How you pronounce it? Jesus. Or Jesus. I don't know. Which one you want to say? Anyway, let's get on to it. So Friday, June 24th, 1994, it would be a night that would not only changed two South Dakota families, but a mystery that to this day continues to be questioned by Rapid City, South Dakota. Now, some of the podcasts that I listen to, they don't do South Dakota, or they either don't do South Dakota, or one of them was like, South Dakota doesn't exist because nothing ever happens there. But what happens there? Big time. That night, 30-year-old Tina Marcotte had just finished a late night shift at Black Hills Molding. I apologize. I cannot talk this morning. Alphabeting is very hard. At Black Mills Molding, a wood processing plant that made cabinetries, I believe. That's the way some sources were iffy on what. There was quite a few that said that they made cabinets. Some said cabinetry, so it's hard to say.
All right, isn't that the same
After a
thing?
long, hard day, Tina was ready to go home and probably shower and relax with her live-in boyfriend, Patrick Gleason, who is also the father of her three children. When she got to her car, she realizes that her tire on her car was flat, so she calls her best friend, Vicky Riddle, to see if she could come and pick her up. Well, Tina's like, I'm so sorry I'm waking up in the middle of the night, but I've got a flat tire. Would you be willing to come get me? Well, Vicky was really willing to get up and go get her. But Tina sees a familiar car drive up near her, so she goes to see who it is. Well, it's her former coworker, Tom Cooter, who used to work with her at Black Mills Molding, and he used to be the forklift driver. So Tom offers Tina a ride home, and Tina goes back and tells Vicky, "Don't worry about it. Tom's going to give me a ride." I am going to assume that Tina used a payphone to call Vicky because cell phones that we've got available to us now on the ready did not exist in 94. We had them, but they hooked up to a phone or to a car, and they were,
Fortune.
well, not just cost a fortune, but they were like this big by this big. They were huge, and they were usually in a bag, and the number, you'd pick it up. It still had a cord, and you use the numbers on the back of the phone and then dialed. I actually remember somebody having one of these.
Yeah, my uncle Justin.
I didn't know your Uncle Justin in 94.
No, but he did have one. Dad told me.
Interesting. So Tom's going to give her a ride home. And the next day, Vicky had two visitors show up at her house. Patrick, who had stopped because Tina never made it home and he was getting worried. So Vicky tells Patrick about the phone call. Patrick and Vicky, they knew who Tom was, so they called Tom, and Tom comes over to Vicky's, and he denied he was ever anywhere near the Black Hills molding plant. Since Tina is MIA, they all head to the police department to report her missing. And it never says who, it just says they reported her missing. So I'm going to assume, which is probably not the smartest idea. If you know, you know. That was cool. That it was Patrick, Vicky, and Tom that all went. So they didn't, actually pretty proud of this police department. A lot of my cases in the past, you're sitting there rolling your eyes at the police department because they just, oh, they're a grown adult. They just decided to leave. They have, so they don't bother anything. This police department actually starts their investigation right away. And they quickly realized what had caused the flat tire on Tina's car. It wasn't a nail or anything like that. It had been slashed with a knife. And since the police knew about Tina and Vicky's conversation the night before, they wanted to know what Tom's alibi was. Tom tells the police that he was at a softball game and then gave a friend a ride home. Then on his way home, he claimed to have car troubles himself. Softball game, collaborated. Ride home from the friend, corroborated. Car troubles, not so much, because he says that he broke down in the middle of the road and it took him 4 hours to repair it. Not only did the police find this story bizarre, to say the least, not only because there was no witnesses to corroborate his story, but I'm in the middle of doing this research and I'm like, okay, I go and ask my husband, what would cause a car to break down in the middle of the road that would take 4 hours to fix? Would you like to know his answer?
Sure. My first part is.
Okay. Bobby's exact words were, one, you're an idiot if you're spending 4 hours in the middle of the road trying to fix something. And anything that's going to take you 4 hours to fix is not going to be just in your trunk to fix. He said it's either going to be a transmission, alternator, water pump, or something like that. You're not just going to have that available in the trunk of your car. And he also said it was going to be something catastrophic. Oh my God, I used a big word and did screw it up. I'm proud of myself. Then there was also the statement from Tom's own wife, Nancy, when she was interviewed. She told the police that Tom got home around 3:30 a.m. that morning on the 25th. And he did things out of the ordinary than he normally would. Obviously, he would usually wash his softball uniform, but he also threw in the clothes he was wearing, including his shoelaces. Yeah. So 3 days after Tina goes missing, Tom is high on their suspect list. They go to his workplace at Forest Product Distributor's Lumberyard. And they tell him that they found blood in his truck and they were sending it off for testing. Nowhere in my research did I find that they had a warrant to search his truck. And nowhere. So I don't know if they just went in and got blood out of his truck because he didn't leave his truck locked, or if they actually had a warrant. It's unclear anywhere. Then on June 28th, 3 days after Tina goes missing, around 8 a.m., shortly after shift change at Tom's employment of Forest Product Distributors Lumberyard, 2 employees find Tom's body.
No, no. What just happened? It froze. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on. Okay, you were.
What the hell?
I don't know what happened. You just froze when you were saying something. Found. Coworker found, and that was the last part I heard.
Oh, okay. Why am I not? Why can I not? My camera's on, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why am I? Okay. All right. So last thing you heard was coworkers found.
Yeah.
Okay, because everything on my end said that you got disconnected.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So around 8 a.m. on the 28th, 1994, 28th of June, but shortly after 8 a.m., 2 employees at the Forest Product Distributors Lumberyard find Tom's body crushed underneath the back wheels of his forklift. So OSHA, for those of our international people, OSHA is the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. They come into most of our factories and stuff, and they do a safety thing to make sure that people don't get run over by forklifts or machines don't come down and hurt people. Or they put cages around machines that don't need cages. That's a personal thing. Oh, they had looked into the forklift and they realized that it was inoperable because the parking brake wasn't working. While they were looking around, they found more safety violations and they ended up fining the forest product distributors $1,750 with multiple safety violations. Now, even though OSHA had given their findings and the heat was already on Tom about Tina's disappearance or possible murder because of the blood found in his truck, which is still questionable on how they got the sample of blood in his truck. The medical examiner came and basically ruled Tom's accident not an accident, but suicide, that he literally ran himself over with the forklift. And OSHA basically said it was not possible for him to be crushed by the forklift. Tom had actually just recently gone through special training with the forklift equipment, and even though if officials believed that the forklift couldn't have rolled down the incline to crush Tom the way it did fast enough. The police believe wow. Okay. Now I literally put in my notes the police believe theorize. Wow. So the police theorized that Tom had slashed Tina's car tire that night to prevent her from leaving. Then he conveniently shows up to give her a ride home. And then while in the car, he made sexual advantage. I used a big word and I can't say advances. You are very annoying. You're like, yes, you're like riding an escalator chair. That's what it looks like. So, where was I at? Oh. The police theorize that Tom had slashed Tina's tires. I know I'm repeating myself. That was preventing her from leaving. He conveniently shows up to give her a ride home, and while in the car, he made sexual advances towards her that were quickly rejected. And in a rage, Tom murders her. Tom did have a checkered past of simple assault. What the hell is simple assault? How can assault be simple? I know it's just a term, but
simple assault
simple
is me
assault.
just flicking somebody.
Hi, Chloe. He keeps disappearing and it's annoying. I don't know why he does this. Maybe he's going to come back with a new shirt again. I don't know. It's hard saying. Or he's going to get a new blanket. See, when he leaves, I continue to talk. I'm so sorry that he doesn't continue to talk because this kid doesn't shut up any other time. Never shuts up. But when he's on camera, apparently he gets camera shy. And I want to finish this story because it's not very long. But, oh, this child. I apologize. Today, Quentin would be awesome. So, just for our viewers, I'm going to let you know, I did have a suggestion brought up to me that when we go quiet like this or whatnot, that we're going to do something different so you guys aren't just sitting there with quietness. See, I continued talking to our audience, unlike you. I really thought you were coming back with a different shirt. I at least give you a heads up I have to leave.
Sorry.
You just get up and leave. What was I at? Oh, a simple assault.
Yeah.
So I'm simply assaulting my microphone. Okay. Out of my yeah, a checkered past of simple assault, burglary, and along with alcohol and drug abuse. On October 11th, 1995, 16 months after Tina had gone missing, in the seldom used back part of Forest Product Distributors lumberyard, in a wood pile, I have really, last couple episodes, have really gotten into my personal life with these stories and not realizing this, because this is exactly what my husband does. He takes wood, logs, and goes like this, and boop, and boop, 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 boop. So in one of these back log piles, they find a badly decomposed body that was wearing the same clothing that Tina Marquette was wearing the night she disappeared. And with dental records, it was confirmed that it was Tina Marquette. Her autopsy revealed that she had died of blunt force trauma to the upper left side of her head. Okay, left side of your head, this side. If you're sitting in a car as a passenger with a person who is known to have simple assault in his past, and you reject him, he goes to hit you, where's he going to hit? Left side of your head. Just saying.
Unless the car's right-handed.
Former co-workers of Tom's claimed he clashed with many and that he was hot-tempered, yelling and criticizing other people's work. In 2016, the Rapid City Police closed their investigation into Tom Cooter and Tina Marquette. They were satisfied that Tom was declared the murderer of Tina Marquette. So, do you think Tom killed Tina, or do you think he was framed a continuous question among those of Rapid City, South Dakota?
By the way, forklifts don't have big wheels.
No, they don't, but they're heavy. And there is something saying that he had put okay, so I couldn't find it, but I have heard in the past, because I've heard this story multiple times. So it's supposedly that he put a ton, which is 2,000 pounds of lumber on the forks of the lift. And then he put the forklift in neutral. Then he ran in front of it so it would come down this incline, which wasn't a very steep incline, and it would roll him over, and that's how he committed suicide. That seemed kind of far-fetched.
Quick question.
In my opinion, it just seems...
Because I have a Class 6 forklift license. Yeah, because...
Remember, the parking brake was inoperable.
Yeah, most forklifts, if parking brake is inoperable, it's pretty much... you can't use it. But my question is, was it a Class... Because, like, the only one that would make sense with it is... Because I have Class 6, it would make only sense if it was a Class 7 forklift.
I didn't know you drove forklift.
I drive a non-forked forklift.
Is it one of those ones that instead of going like this, it goes...
No. Oh. No, I don't have any forks on what I drive.
Okay, then How is it a forklift and it doesn't have any forks?
Don't ask me. Class 6 forklift drivers drive pretty much like it follows under segways, tuggers. The thing that Austin Powers gets himself Austin Powered in. That like flatbed truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's why I was like so confused, because like Class 7 is the only forklifts to have actually large enough tires where. But those things are awesome.
But the way it sounds like this is a normal forklift that's in any typical factory.
Yeah, see, that's what throws me off, because
That is moving stuff around. And it's 1994. Remember, it's 1994, so they probably didn't even have the forklifts that go like this.
now They
and
did.
then like
No, they
like
did.
this,
No.
and then they go like this, and then they pick it up and they put it down.
No, they do, because one of the forklifts that do that at 3M is from 1970.
And it does that?
Yes.
Oh, wow. As much as you bring 3M up, they should sponsor us.
Yeah, maybe I could find tape.
But yeah, it's always been a question whether Tom, like since the heat was on him and somebody knew somebody maybe murdered him. There was a coworker that in the future said that he had done it and made it look like a suicide, but that was never looked into any further. And a lot of people just assume that the other coworker said it because he didn't like Tom, because Tom was kind of a jerk. Or my new favorite one, a jack donkey. See, I'm not gonna get us where we get kicked off because I know how to reword things.
You do realize you only have to worry about that for the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I thought it was first 5, but anyway. And I know there's some audience members that prefer us to keep it as clean as possible.
Okay. I'm good.
Which is kind of a nice change from some other podcasts, so I'm just saying.
Okay. You ready for mine?
I sure am. You're really quiet today.
I don't know why.
I am ready for yours, and even though considering I knew what you were up to, I looked into my own little stuff to go along with yours.
I may have gone a little even overboard. I'm just still upset that I didn't realize that my favorite Mountain Dew has been discontinued for the past 5 years.
Oh wow, it's been that long?
Yes, Mountain Dew White Out has been discontinued.
See, I got mine.
I got this one. Got this one.
Oh, wow, you did go.
And this one.
That's the original.
Yep.
Oh, that's not.
No, it is. It's a Hy-Vee special. The box looks cool. So we're going So we're going to go uncover.
I'm waiting.
We're going to uncover the popular uncover stories behind this the Mountain Dew. So we're more diving into a neon green rabbit hole. That's not the way to drink. But from the flame.
You need to move your microphone towards you because it's hard to hear you.
How about now?
That's better.
So we are going from flame retardant chemicals lurking in the can to theories of the new flavored launch hurdles disaster.
You said retardant, right?
Yes, like flame retardant.
Okay, because it sounded like you said retarded.
So Mountain Dew originally came in 1940.
Wow.
It was a mixer for whiskey. Invented by Tennessee cousins Barney and Al Harmon, and it's called Mountain Dew to nod to the Appalachian Mountains. Moonshine, not mountains.
Is it Appalachian or Appalachian?
APP.
It doesn't matter because it's going to be a thing no matter what, we're going to say it wrong.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. No matter what, if you say Appalachian, we're going to say it wrong.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
So So Mountain Dew came in 1940.
40.
Yep. In 1964, PepsiCo acquired the brand and transformed it into a acidic flavored soda that we know and dubbed the high caffeine and sugar appeal to young, thrilling, seeking crowds, or people that just need a kick in the morning.
And something that dentists can use amongst sugar in it to verify, oh, you shouldn't have this because it's going to ruin your teeth.
Believe it or not, Mountain Dew has so much sugar in it. Most other countries, except for the United States, classifies Mountain Dew as an energy drink with a caffeine count and sugar count.
Wow.
Yeah, the market would soon blur the line between bold flavors and bold claims. I don't know what the bold claims about Mountain Dew was. One of the most like things that ended up striking the first controversy was the
Controversy.
yeah
You're
controversy.
welcome.
I'm gonna say it once and then I'm just gonna use the initials. Is brown rind vegetable oil or BVO, and it was once listed on the Mountain Dew label. BVO kept acidic flavored oil suspended so your drink stayed uniformly cloudy.
Speaking of cloudy, you're really cloudy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my camera.
Okay, you know what? For once, it's not me.
No, it's actually something.
And he's the tech person. You're the tech one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my camera. Give me a second.
Okay, this is interesting. Let's try this again. That's better.
But I'm
Oh, you got big.
Yeah, I'm very big. Give me 2 seconds.
Do, 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 do. There you go. Now you're normal.
Okay. Do you know what BVO is?
I do not.
It's bromelated vegetable oil. It's actually a flame retardant to keep like wooden furniture, like to fireproof furniture.
Wow.
So that same compound slows fires that use a concentration up to 15 parts per million in the fruit in the soda. Which, do you know how much 15 parts per million is?
No.
So it's pretty much 15 parts per million like atoms. It's not that much, but it is enough where it can be dangerous. So the concerns date back to the 1970s, which apparently 1970s had like a huge health crisis with making sure animals and all that stuff were treated better in like Chicago and everything like that. Don't ask me. I legitimately I was watching Good Mythical morning last night, and they were talking about it with their pasta.
That could be a rabbit hole to go down.
So yeah, in the animal studies showed that extreme high dosages of BVO caused heart lesions and reproductive problems in rats. I'm going to say something about the rats in a little bit. There's a reason.
Okay.
In a few human cases, studies in the late 1990s linked to mass soda binging to memory loss and skin issues. You're probably thinking that must cause from like huge doses of BBO, right?
Probably not.
Yeah. So the FDA admitted that the limited use level was probably safe, but acknowledged the data was thin and outdated. uh, pressure mounted when online position. Wow. Um, Pressure mounted when the online petition gathered around 200,000 signatures asking PepsiCo to drop BBO, already banned in Europe and Japan. By the mid 2014s, PepsiCo announced that they removed BBO from Gatorade, and shortly after Mountain Dew followed the suit. You're like, wait, that's a lot later than I was expecting.
No, I just would have never guessed it was in Gatorade.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, no more flame retardant soda.
That's probably a good thing.
No, it's not. Not quite yet. It was in July 2024, the FDA officially revoked approval of BBO in all foods effective of August 2nd, 2024. So pretty much a little less than a year ago. So,
Wow.
citing the new NIH-funded studies showing potential thyroid effects and tissue accumulation, companies were given 1 year to reformulate. Wait. We're good.
I'm trying to read that with some eyeballs. That's funny.
Like immediately you went.
Let's put some eyeballs on those.
Those look dirty.
I'm gonna use these because these are cool because they're squared.
So I would talk about the flavors next, but there's actually a little part that I forgot to write down that actually is a huge deal, and I don't remember.
It's important.
Yes, I don't remember if it was 2015 or something, but some person in I think it was New York. I don't remember the year. Were suing PepsiCo for saying that they found a rat in their Mountain Dew can.
Correct.
Yes. This is where it gets. This is why.
Okay, I've heard stories about these rats in New York. They're the size of my fat man cat. We've all seen Backroads. Everybody has seen him because he makes an appearance damn near every single time we're on here. But I've got them all upstairs because I got a new lock. I got a new door handle on the basement door, and I'm actually able to shut it. And that little shit can't get down here now because I swear that cat knows how to open a door.
I like how she was trying to not swear, and the cat made
it. Yeah.
But no.
Now, this is a cat. That is the hole. I can't fit that fat man in here.
I don't remember if it was a rat or a mouse, but I think it was in 2015. A man in New York was suing PepsiCo for finding a mouse or a rat in his Mountain Dew. So they went up to like they're like really high into like the legal system, not all the way to like the like top of the one, but very close to it in New York.
You mean like Supreme Court?
Yeah, not Supreme. I think Supreme Court of New York.
It was probably the New York, yeah, the New York Supreme Justice. I think that's what the states are, a Supreme Justice, and then it goes to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. So it went up to there, and this is what gets really strange about this court case, was they looked at the date the can was produced. It was produced like 5 days before or like 3 weeks before he actually got it. So, and PepsiCo ended up.
Nope. I gotta be able to see. You can keep talking.
So the PepsiCo lawyer actually ended up. I'm gonna let you put that down before you drop it because this is going to make you drop it.
Oh, it's empty.
Okay. But PepsiCo's lawyer said that a Mountain Dew would actually be dissolved in Mountain Dew after 3 days, leaving nothing left.
I'm so glad I haven't eaten. Oh my god. Yeah.
Here's the question that most people had with that is, how did PepsiCo know?
Oh shit. Yeah, how would they know?
So the case was appealed, and I think he did get a settlement, but not much that he was asking for. But then everybody was wondering how PepsiCo knew about how they knew that Mountain Dew would have dissolved a rat in like about 3 days. Now we're gonna go into the flavors, which I'm pretty sure that's what you thought I was going all about today, was the flavors.
Yeah, I did.
You just weren't expecting the rats or flame retardant chemicals.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting. Yeah.
So the next fizzy part.
It's the part I'm pretty sure I thought he was doing.
Yeah. So the every big Mountain Dew flavor release followed by the is like something with to do theory that every Mountain Dew flavor release is followed by a major catastrophic catastrophic event. I don't know why I forgot event. Social media creators have pointed out the correlation of the Maui blast debuting 3 months before the 2023 Maui wildfires, or the Star Spangled Banner showing up just before the Bozeman Bridge collapsed. Do you know?
Yeah, I know that. I know the theory behind that because of that bridge. Who it was named the something Francis Bridge.
Yeah, the one that wrote the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Which is actually funny because Star Spangled Banner's theme behind it is actually behind a pub song. Yes, our Star Spangled Banner.
Isn't it funny how you can go down one rabbit hole, and while you're down that rabbit hole, you find another rabbit hole, and that rabbit hole leads to another one?
I've known forever, actually, because every other pretty much every other like national anthem is pretty lame, and ours is just like high notes, low notes. It's like everywhere.
Oh, say, can you see?
See, this is what gets me really. This is what's really funny is I actually have to. This is something I forgot to look up, was because the Maui blast was only sold in one store in only one location. I don't know what's going on with my camera again. I am very blurry.
It's worse.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think you're not supposed to do this conspiracy.
I don't know. I can still talk. It's just, wow, it is not liking. This thing is definitely not liking me.
Well, if anything, we might just have to do this just audio only.
Okay.
There we go.
So, Maui Blast was only able to be sold in one place. I don't remember. Does Hawaii actually have those stores?
I'll look it up.
Do you know what store I'm looking for? This is what gets really funny. So Maui Blast was only sold in Dollar Generals. It was the only place you could get them. There is Maui is actually in Hawaii. There is no Dollar General stores in Hawaii as so only Alaska
Yeah.
and Hawaii are the only ones that do not have that there. Did you know that?
I've actually had I actually was really, our neighbor that was your teacher at one time, or I don't know if he was actually your teacher, but I know he was your brother's teacher
Okay.
across the street.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he brought me over a case of, or like, 12-pack cans of this, and I've been trying to find this ever since.
Yeah, it's from Dollar General. That's the only place you can get them.
Yeah, but I couldn't find it because I couldn't figure out what it was. I threw the box away, so I couldn't remember what kind it was.
Yeah.
It was actually one that I liked for a flavored.
Yeah, so this is that's actually kind of funny actually. But yeah. So yeah, this one those were only the Maui Blast was only sold in Dollar Generals. So it's like a Dollar General only soda. Which is really
Oh.
weird actually, I think yeah. And then on TikTok and Instagram, influencers like Maverick Bailey, who I have no idea who this person is, who has racked up over 1 million views, warned an independent doom when Taco Bell, Taco Bell reviewed unrevealed their Baja Midnight as live Moss live event. Wow, that is hard to say. Even the Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's pretty new.
Yeah, it is very, very new. Like it is. I think
Like probably not all Taco Bells even have it in their buildings yet.
No, they are somewhat. It's not that new, but it is pretty new. Because I had it it's been around for about a year now.
See, the Taco Bell by me does not have that brand, that Mountain Dew yet. They have the Baja, but not the Midnight.
Even the Mountain Dew official account cheekily replied, "Keep your voice down." So so there's correlation, but because they does not always equal correlation. But I've always gone, if everything else doesn't seem to add up, the most unlikely is probably the most likely. With thousands of flavors over the decades, which it's not over 1,000 flavors, by the way.
It's maybe 15.
No, it's a lot more than that. It is.
Is it even 100 though?
Here, I'm gonna name off every single flavor. We might be here for a minute. There is Mountain Dew, which is normal. The Diet Mountain Dew, which you drink. Diet caffeine free Mountain Dew.
They don't make that anymore.
Yes, they do. They don't make the caffeine free Mountain Dew. They make the Diet caffeine free soda Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Mountain Dew Code Red, which is this one, the cherry flavored.
It's disgusting.
Mountain Dew Livewire, which you don't like Chloe, or usually likes that one. Mountain Dew Livewire. It's an orange one. Mountain Dew Baja.
Yeah, another one is disgusting.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast, which was 2004.
Okay.
Which was from 2004 into 2014, was only exclusive at Taco Bell.
I actually have 2 cases of the Baja Blast upstairs.
Mountain Dew Voltage, which is a blue raspberry Cyritic, which is this one.
Which is one of your favorites, right?
No, my favorite they don't have anymore. Mountain Dew Real Sugar.
That was good.
It's still
I
a thing.
like the
No,
Mountain
that
Dew
one.
real sugar.
Yeah, it's still one. It's still a thing. There is the Mountain Dew Gojo Riddick Strawberry. Trust me,
Never heard of that one.
it's only available at like certain places. That's why. Mountain Dew Voodoo, which I like only the sugar-free version of that one. Mountain Dew Baja Cabo Acidic, which is a tropical punch of the Baja Blast one. It's actually pretty good. I have actually had it.
Never heard of it.
Here's some that we're not like. So there is the Mountain Dew Berry Moonshine that was only available at from 2018 to 2023 at Sam's Club. Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning from KFC. The Mountain Dew Maui Blast, which we were talking about, is only available at Dollar General. Mountain Dew Frostbite, so the shark one that you see at Walmart.
I don't go to Walmart, so I didn't even know there was a shark one.
Yes, there is also the
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark.
There's also the Mountain Dew Atomic Blue, which is electric lemonade. I have no idea what that means, and it was only available at Sheetz. I have no idea what Sheetz is. Mountain Dew Southern Shock, which was only available at Bojo Cola. It's a fried chicken place. Don't ask me.
A southern thing.
Do Rega. It was a margarita made with Mountain Dew from Red Lobster.
I didn't know they had that at Red Lobster.
They did for 2 years. They do not have it now. There's Mountain Dew Vibe, which is from Witch.
Why isn't that one called Voodoo?
That's because Witch is a superior sandwich in American's fast casual chain specializing in sandwiches, salads, and its headquarters are down in downtown Dallas, Texas, and they have 168 locations opened in 27 states.
I love you, child, but that joke went over your head.
There's Mountain Dew Trash Apple from Kroger's. Mountain Dew Uproar from...
I'm gonna have to look for that trash one next time I'm at Kroger, unless they don't make it anymore.
They might still have a few left. They stopped making them in 2024. Mountain Dew Uproar from Food Lion, which was a strawberry kiwi variant. Mountain Dew...
That I probably would have liked.
Mountain Dew Dark Berry Bash, which I've had, and it's actually really good. You can only get it. It's a fountain drink at Applebee's.
Oh.
Then there is this one. I never knew that.
Every once in a while, we're fancy like Applebee's.
Mountain Dew Legend, which is from Buffalo Wild Wings. It's one my father would never like because it's blackberry.
I don't know if I'd even care for that one.
Mountain Dew Purple Thunder from Circle K.
I know I wouldn't like that one.
That one's blackberry and plum.
Ew.
There is this one you might like. The Mountain Dew Overdrive is a acidic punch with hint of mango, raspberry, and lime.
Maybe.
But you have to go to Casey's.
There is a couple problems with that.
Yeah, because the closest one to you.
I go past 2 Casey's going down home. I won't go to either one of them.
There is Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl from 7-Eleven, Speedway, and Stripes. I've gone to Speedways. I've never seen that one. It's a pineapple strawberry.
You can keep talking. I'm gonna pull you for a minute.
Okay. Mountain Dew Pitch Black, which is 7-Away and Speedway.
Hey, I like that one.
Yeah, and it's only available at 7-Eleven and Speedway as fountain exclusives. Now I'm annoyed. Wait, you like that one? You don't like grapes. That's a grape flavored soda. Like, it is a. Seriously, how on the earth? It makes no sense. You don't like grapes. It's a grape flavored soda. You don't like grape artificial. It's a dark. It's a dark grape flavored.
It's dark grape, not regular grape.
What is the difference between the two?
I was literally yelling at you from like 2 rooms away.
I know. Then the next one would be Mountain Dew Baja Midnight, which is a Taco Bell exclusive, which is a passion fruit flavor, and it's part of the Baja Blast line. I don't know why your Taco Bell doesn't have it yet. Oh, wait, what? That's what happened to those flavors? So then we have all the Kickstart flavors, which some of them are still really good, but I didn't know some of these actually they stopped making them. Like, I will say the Midnight Grape one is impossible to find normally. And the Strawberry Startup. And then there is the Game Fuel, which was normally AP Game Fuel. And then the Mountain Dew Energy, which was Mountain Dew Drew Rise. And then this is for like the 21 people and up, because there's a hard Mountain Dew, which I've got told it tastes really good. I don't like it that much, but they have the hard Mountain Dew.
You've actually tried it?
Yeah, I have. It's not too bad, but I just don't like it. Hard Mountain Dew Black Cherry. There's the Hard Dew Mountain Dew Watermelon, and Hard Dew Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And then this is the hard Mountain Dew Live Wire. And then they have some of like the Baja Blast ones that are hard ones. So Baja Punch, Baja Pineapple, and Baja Blast Mango. So there you could get like a case of like the Baja flavors, and it had like all those flavors in them.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'm just gonna throw not so much a trigger warning, but just a warning out there that the hard Mountain Dew probably isn't the smartest thing if you're like on an antidepressant or anything like that, because alcohol is a depressant and caffeine is an upper, and yeah, that just sounds like a bad combination.
Actually, believe it or not, they don't have caffeine or sugar in them.
Wow.
Yeah, they're actually zero sugar, no caffeine, so that's what's actually kind of funny.
Okay. All right, I was wrong.
Then these are some of the ones that I wish I could try. The Mountain Dew Extreme, which is only available in Saudi Arabia.
Well, I guess you got to make a plane trip.
It's actually similar flavor to the Pitch Black. That's why I want to try it. There's Mountain Dew Energy Surdic Blast, which was just a line of Mountain Dews that they sold in UK. Yeah, so then this is funny. There's Adrenaline Mountain Dew, which was from 2010 to 2015 in Poland, and 2013 to people don't know when it actually stopped getting made in Norway. There's Energize, Passion Fruit, Supernova, which I actually want to try the Supernova one. That just sounds good because it's a raspberry lemonade variant. There's a lot of these ones. Okay, now we're gonna go to the discontinued ones, which it will actually make a little bit more sense. So, the first, like the soda that you said that was discontinued, they did discontinue the caffeine-free Mountain Dew, just not the diet version. In 2021.
Well, the diet version of caffeine-free is almost impossible to find.
I see it all the time.
At least on my side of the state, you can't find it.
Yeah. Then there is Mountain Dew Red, which is not the same as Code Red, which is cherry. Mountain Dew Red was a fruit punch flavored instead of cherry flavor. Then there was Mountain Dew Sport, which I didn't even know existed because it was only
It didn't. I remember the sport, and it didn't exist for very long.
No, it existed for 3 years, 1989 to 1991. Yeah. Not long.
That's why I would remember it, because I was between 8 and 11.
Yeah. So Mountain Dew Pitch Black 2 was from 2005, which was a sequel flavor to the 2005's Halloween flavor.
Yep.
That was probably the one that everybody was expecting Pitch Black to taste like when it came back out.
Yep. It was. You're a whole little 5 years old then. Oh,
yeah.
This is
and then
so
we
good
have
you
got Dark Drew, which was until 2005, which was a tangy grape Slurpee flavor that was available only at 7-Eleven, and it was promoted because of the episode 3. It was Star Wars episode 3. Episode 3 of Star Wars came out only in 2005. I thought it was a lot older. New Hope. Oh, The Revenge of the Sith. Sorry. They came out in 2005. I thought that was a lot older. And Mountain Dew MDX from... It was like a energy soda. Wait.
Star Wars 3 came out May 9th, 2005. You weren't even 5 yet.
Then there's Mountain Dew Game Fuel Certic Cherry, which I thought for sure I've had that one. That was actually really good, like recently. Though the years that came out was 07, 09, 11 through 17, 23, 24, and limited time release of 18 through 22 without the Game Fuel. Okay. Then there was Mountain Dew Revolution, which was a wild berry with ginseng.
Ginseng?
Yeah, thank you, Dad. Then Supernova, which
That's what Mama's there for.
I want to try that The Supernova one just sounds good. It was a strawberry melon flavored with ginseng. And then there was another Game Fuel. There was a Diet Mountain Dew Ultraviolet.
Yep.
Okay, this is the one that she's gonna know how much I like this one. Mountain Dew Whiteout, 2010 to 2020.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring something up, and you're too young for it. But okay, so the Mountain Dew Whiteout, everybody really excited about that because way back in, I think it's in the 90s, Pepsi had a clear Pepsi for like a year or two.
Oh yeah, because
and everybody I like the clear Pepsi. I'm not a huge Pepsi person. I do mind a good wild cherry Pepsi every once in a while, but my belly and dark sodas do not get along very well, so.
I will say that Whiteout was like one of my favorite Mountain Dews.
Yes, it was. He was obsessed with Whiteout.
Yes, because it was good.
And then I'm gonna bring it full circle on your whole Whiteout thing. Because not only were you obsessed with the Whiteout Mountain Dew, but then when the TV show Whiteout came out, you were like, "Oh, this is cool." You were like obsessed with the fact that you were gonna drink a Whiteout watching Whiteout.
What was the TV
You
show?
remember
Whiteout?
that?
No, I don't remember what the show Whiteout even was.
Think about it. As soon as you look it up, you'll figure it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, it's actually something.
Now you remember, don't you?
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot. Wait, that actually.
Yeah, you loved that show, and you had to have a Whiteout when you were watching it. You thought it was the coolest combination ever.
Wait, was Whiteout the thing I'm thinking of? That's not. Are you thinking of Wipeout?
All I can remember is
Wait, quick question.
it was
you
something
thinking,
similar to.
was it Wipeout you were thinking of?
Yes, it was Wipeout. Why
Yeah.
was I thinking Whiteout?
I don't know, because Whiteout it's actually looks like a pretty good movie. But I'm pretty sure it's a U.S. Marshal finding somebody that killed somebody that he didn't like.
You know what? I think I've probably seen that movie.
And it came out in 2009, so you might have. And then there was Mountain Dew Disorientation, which I've never even heard of. Then Mountain Dew Typhoon, Mountain Dew Game Fuel Tropico, Darkberry, Jason's City Gold, which was never available for us because it was available only in Jason City, Tennessee, Chicago area, Denver, Colorado, and Charlotte, North Carolina. That was before it was.
Not like it wouldn't have been available as a. And which one of us has to go to Chicago?
That's true. Then Code Fusion. Then there was another Baja Blast one. Oh wait, I do remember this one. Surgarita Blast. It was a Taco Bell only drink. And then there was Lemonade Game Fuel, which was to promote Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This is one that I want to know what Mountain Dew was thinking. Mountain Dew Dorito.
What year did that come out?
2014.
Never mind.
This is one that I know that you ended up yelling at me and Wyatt for the first time we got it because you thought it was alcohol. Was Mountain Dew Dew Shine.
Yes.
So this soda was in a glass bottle that definitely looked like it should have been moonshine because you didn't look at. I remember.
Yeah, it did look like moonshine, and there were 14 at the time. So
Hey, it tasted good. And then there's a spiked. This is one that I don't think most people remember. It was the Mountain Dew SA. It was a combination of Code Red, Whiteout, and Voltage. It was one that came out because it was also advertised with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2017.
when he started racing.
I think so, yeah. Then there was Black Label. What are all these label ones? Okay, I've never heard of the Mountain Dew Black Label, White Label, or Green Label. Those are all just weird to me. There's a Mountain Dew Cake Smash, by the way. It was only sold in the Mountain Dew online store. That's why we never know. Okay, so this is one that I tried this one. I would never try it again. Was Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot.
Yeah, you would try that.
Yeah. It was the worst tasting thing you could ever have, I'm gonna say.
Oh, speaking of flaming hot stuff, So have you tried the pickle? I think it's pickle hot Cheetos.
No, I have not. This one, I will say it was good, but you cannot drink this one. You have to like pretty much sip it like in like a hot mug or something because it was a Mountain Dew Ginger Snap. It's actually it wasn't it's not bad, but it was so sweet that you could not drink a whole bottle in like a day. You just physically could not because of how sweet it was.
Wow.
More
Because of the ginger in it.
gingerbread snap. So this gingerbread cookie flavor.
It sounds good.
Okay, now this is just mean. Why wasn't this sold in Wisconsin? Mountain Dew Honeydew. It was a honeydew melon flavored soda that was sold in Canada only.
That sucks.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
It actually does.
Then there's the Mountain Dew Star Spangler Splash that was offered in 2024, which was that the actual one that everybody's talking about? Was that one?
Yeah, that's the one they're talking about because it's 2024 when the bridge collapsed.
Yeah, that's actually really. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, because that's where the conspiracy comes from. Because, like, okay, if you go
See,
to the Code Red,
This is what's really.
are you actually getting to the conspiracies here? Because I'm kind of getting bored.
I'm at the bottom of the list. But this is what's really funny about that. This Spain, the one that you just said, yeah, Star Spangled Splash, yeah, showed up. But here's one that most people don't realize: Freedom Fusion also came out at the same time.
Oh, that's
So one was a berry flavored and one was a peach lemonade. And yeah, so the one you were talking about with Code Red came out. I didn't actually say when Code Red came out, did I?
oh, you did not.
Code Red came out in 01. The release date for it. What day was it actually released? Apparently, they don't tell you the date that it was actually released. Oh, March. March of 01 is when it came. Oh wait, so this is so what you were talking about with Code Red. Code Red actually was not released until a little bit later than March, but in March 20 of 01, Mountain Dew website hosted an online racing game. The top score winners received a box containing U1 letter with a 6-pack of bottles and a Code Red shirt before the version of was actually officially released.
Because it was officially released into stores in May of 2001.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I just have to read
And
down.
then its introduction led to 6% increase in overall Mountain Dew sales in its first year.
6%. Never mind, I'm just thinking this. Yeah, but Maui Black. When did the Maui fires happen? That was in 20. So this is what gets me confused with the Maui Blast one. Maui Blast has been around for quite a while. Did people just not know it existed?
Probably because, like you said, it's a Dollar General brand.
Yeah.
And Dollar Generals aren't everywhere.
Because I remember I was working at Dollar General when they first got them. So it was once I got out of the military. So it was before I was out of the military. It was 2019 when they first got released. Oh, okay, this makes more sense. It was a limited time flavor that was only a Dollar General, but it became a permanent flavor that was still only available at Dollar General. And it's pineapple.
So basically, the only flavor that's been a okay, so the only one that's not like regular Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dew that actually came out to be a permanent flavor was the Code Red. That's the way I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yes, Code Red is like, and then Livewire is another one. Livewire Voltage are like.
I forgot Livewire even existed.
Yeah, Livewire is an orange flavored one that does not taste like orange. I am very.
Well, that's probably why it
It's
tastes like grape.
No, it does not taste like grape. It was actually in 2023. It was supposed to be a limited time, but in 2 years of because it was only a summer release. So actually, yeah, you are right. They were technically supposed to just be like like a normal soda. Like just it was supposed to be like a limited time. And Voltage didn't come out until. And Voltage was a winner of the Mountain Dew DewMocracy. Okay, so actually talking about DewMocracy in 27 wow, 2007 Mountain Dew launched the oh my god, why is that word so hard?
Democracy?
Yeah, no, it's like DewMocracy. Handing over flavors, colors, and added agency's choice by online gaming. Phase 1 crowned Voltage as a winner. Two years later, the DewMocracy invited thousands of Dew Lab members to co-create Distortion, Typhoon, and Whiteout, and one which became permanent. Which I am more annoyed because it's not permanent anymore.
That's why I just figured out what you're trying to say. It is DewMocracy. It's like democracy, but Dew, DEW, right?
Yes, that is.
Okay, yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Light bulb, light bulb, light bulb.
So some critics called the marketing experiment in social engineering and planned illusions of consumer control of driving engagement and sales, which I'm gonna agree because I would have wanted to keep Whiteout. beyond like the viral appeal of DewMocracy sold over bye. DewMocracy sold over 25 million cases in 2008 alone, and I'm pretty sure about 1 million were sold just to you.
Yeah, speaking of, mine is empty. I'm gonna go upstairs and grab another one. Just keep talking because I can hear you.
Okay. Alone embedded a deep brand into youth culture in its sent a template for crowdsourcing marketing across industries. So that's why actually a lot of industries you now see can do crowd marketing. So I think phone companies are like the worst ones for it, but like certain like games and all that stuff do crowdsourcing markets. So like that. Sometimes you don't have that. Oh no. Talking about marketing, do you remember the in 2012 what Mountain Dew did that did not work out in their favor at all? So I'm going to wait for her to come back because this is something I'm going to actually need her to talk to. And the next part is something that will never get out of my head. I will say that to this day, the part after. Do you know?
Okay, Mark 2012.
Yes. It was called Dub the Dew naming contest. So this just tells you 4chan has ways to do stuff that bullies companies a lot. Like they bullied AT&T in the earlier years. So pranksters from 4chan pushed the entry like Hitler did nothing wrong, so relentless that PepsiCo actually had to step in, and this wasn't the only one. There was like the first top 5 were very similar to that.
The only thing I'm coming across was 2012 was they had their big 440 can.
No, this dubbed the Dew is something that PepsiCo kind of wanted to hide under the rug because of how bad it went. And then there's this one thing that I forget what year this was. What Super Bowl are we on?
Oh. Wait here in a second.
Okay.
I want to say 60. And the Roman numeral letter
60.
L is 50, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 60. So in 2016, Mountain Dew released the best commercial on the planet for the Super Bowl 50. It unleashed a CGI mesh that pretty much, if you were younger than 12, would give in the kids nightmares. For me and my best friend, we thought it was the best thing on the planet. It was called Puppy Monkey Baby.
The Puppy Monkey Baby. I love the Puppy Monkey Baby. I want them to bring back the Puppy Monkey Baby.
This thing gave so many people under the age of 12 nightmares.
The Puppy Monkey Baby was awesome. But guess what? I grew up with the Wizard of Oz, and a lot of people, the flying monkeys, gave them nightmares. So
Yeah,
there is something about
I have
monkey
an older brother that has that issue. He won't watch that movie.
because of the flying monkeys.
The puppy monkey baby thing was so. I don't think
Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby.
it got so bad at some like. So I was in high school when this thing came out. It came such a bad thing for schools that actually had to ban that word. At least in the school.
Did they really?
Yes, in the school I was, they at least banned it.
That's just making her appearance.
Yep.
I let her down. I
So-
did busy donkey. You want to hear about the Mountain Dews? Okay. Yes,
I just think it's funny because the puppy monkey baby thing, I think it only had 5 episodes, like 5 commercials it actually was in.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? You're talking about that and the puppy shows up.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. Yeah, I would just say one thing. That thing probably gave most people nightmares because the thing was a body of a baby, a tail of a monkey, and a head of a pug, if I remember right.
Yep, it was a pug and it had a diaper on.
Yes.
I love the Puppy Monkey Baby. I want them to bring the Puppy Monkey Baby back.
So why it was released was actually to give the, I don't have the drink with me. It was actually for the first Kickstart, Mountain Dew Kickstart to come out.
I believe that.
Yep. And that apparently some people thought it was a horror hallucination. I thought the thing was cool.
Obviously, I did too.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, you were like so surprised. So.
All right. Considering I have to do this every time we record, she needs to go potty.
Okay.
Just keep talking.
So, apparently, BVO was validated decades ago, but modern alternatives like Certic deliver hydrocolling do the same job without the halogenic compounds. Wait, BVO is hallucinate? Okay, that I did not know. Yeah, so yeah, there's many risks of sugar, caffeine, not conspicuous ingredients. So moderation is key. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, so yeah, there's been some really weird things with Mountain Dew, like from rats dissolving in it, the stuff, to weird coincidence, to the nightmare of puppy monkey baby. I'm never gonna be able to say that fast because when they did that commercial, it was puppy monkey baby, puppy monkey baby. I'm never gonna be able to say that right. There was chloration. I think that was pretty much everything with Mountain Dew that I can think of. I think the only thing was, yeah, the Maui Blast, like for the fires, do not add up because I'm pretty sure the Maui fires happened in 2023, and those sodas have been around for quite a few years before. Like, quite a few. Then there's the
Puppy monkey baby.
You just like the puppy monkey baby.
I love the puppy monkey baby. I want him to bring it back.
I will post a photo of what that puppy monkey baby thing is because I'm pretty sure most people got. Oh, that. Oh my god. Talking about
They're in
Pepsi.
therapy because of the puppy monkey baby.
Okay, so there is a few things that PepsiCo has got rid of, which has been a good thing, which was that Pepsi mango flavored. Yuck. Hopefully
Hey, that wasn't bad.
that stuff was gross.
All a personal preference.
Did you try it when it first came out? That stuff had such a strong mango flavor. You were like, I'm drinking a dark soda. This is not right.
But I like mango.
I do too. Just not. I didn't like that aftertaste. Mountain Dew was also PepsiCo was also the first one to get rid of the There was an ingredient for diet sodas that they got rid of actually before Coca-Cola did. I'm pretty sure Coca-Cola still has it. It's some added of sugar to the diet one. That's why. If you look at a Diet Coke compared to a diet like Pepsi, you can actually see the difference. I am done talking about Mountain Dew now.
I thought you were actually going to give me like dates and stuff.
Um,
But
yeah, sorry,
the thing is okay. So you were talking about how like the Code Red. That's where I thought you were going because like when Code Red came out in May 2001, the Twin Towers came down on September 11th. And then you're talking about the Star Spangled one that came out, and then the bridge collapse that was named after Francis Scott, who wrote the Star Spangled Banner. Because all of a sudden I'm smart. Now I don't have to look anything up all of a sudden. And the Maui one, allegedly, there's the Maui one, and then you got the Maui fires, and then there's like a couple other ones where there's a conspiracy with
Pitch Black came out during like a really big IT blackout, is what you're thinking of?
Yes, and then wasn't there another one that came out right before the really big the really big game of
Game for
I call it something else. I don't actually call it COVID. I call it the
that
a
was
really big game of cooties.
that would be that
Now she wants back in. Go figure.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of time just to see if I can find this. Was it 2020 or 21 when that? Give me a second. I'm seeing if I can find what. Ah, okay.
Hey, have you been outside yet today?
Me? No.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
No, it's raining for me.
Ah, crap.
Oh, the Mountain Dew the zero variant of Mountain Dew was actually released in 2020.
That kind of would make sense.
Uh,
But think about it. You had zero. You were in zero. You were to have zero contact with people.
Frostbite. Mountain Dew from Frostbite in Walmart.
Oh,
And then there was
okay. So
it was Atomic Blue, Southern Shock, and the Margarita. There's like the only ones that I can. Then there,
all right.
and then like the
So
Game Fuel ones.
talking about Mountain Dew
Yeah.
because you didn't tell me what you were doing, but I figured it out last week what you were doing.
Not everything. I went on a
And
rampage with everything else too.
well, I went down a rabbit hole similar. So I went down a. Everybody's heard how the Simpsons have predicted the future.
Yeah.
They're not the only ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say you went with
So-
like Futurama and everything like that. How many hours did you watch TV?
They didn't.
Yeah. Probably saved you.
But then after I'm bringing it up, I've actually seen these episodes in the past, so it actually worked out. So, in I don't know which episode it is, but there's an episode where it's like a future episode where Lisa Simpson is the president.
Oh, that's
And she makes a comment saying,
I know which episode you're talking about too.
yeah. Okay, so she ends up being president, and she is talking. My mouse does not want to go to the other screen. There we go. Got it. So she makes a comment saying, as you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from former President Trump. So they predicted that, and honestly, I have a funny feeling. Okay, this is if the Simpsons are correct, and if they've been correct, this is my theory on this future thing with them predicting is with this episode, and now that President Trump has been second go around, is it possible that our next president is going to be actually going to be a woman? The last two last presidential elections, there has been a woman running. So possibly they're predicting it and not realizing it. And since I'm on right now on the presidential thing, I do remember when the Pennsylvania voting machines would do like their really weird thing. Like you'd vote for one person and it wanted to go to the next. And you can see that it's a 2008 episode that
Give me one.
and it keeps changing to Mitt Romney. This one I just found really weird. So there was an episode. I know I'm on The Simpsons right now. I'll get to another thing here in a little bit. Because The Simpsons have done this a total of like 36 different times that they've predicted the future. So they had an episode where in Springfield, that their nuclear plant that Homer works at had three-eyed fish. And there was an actual three-eyed fish found in Argentina that was near a nuclear power plant.
But the three-eyed fish is like an iconic like thing from The Simpsons.
Yeah, the Simpsons, they did the smartwatches again with Lisa in the future. She's like in the process of getting like, and this is how far back this episode goes. It aired in 1995. And she's like talking to her fiance and whatnot, and he's wearing a smartwatch, and he's like talking to somebody, and the smartwatch didn't even come out until 2015. But Apple didn't release it until 2015.
Give me 1 second. Wait, what?
Wait.
Okay, so technically the first smartwatch was... So Apple did not release one until... Yeah, Apple did not release theirs until... Oh my god, when did Apple make... Until 2015. Google developed Android Wear in 2014. Samsung Gear, Galaxy Gear, which was considered a very early Samsung watch, was released in 2013, which I thought the Apple Watch was newer. But technically the first smartwatch to be released was still after this episode, was 1998, that ran an application to connect a PC via docking station to connect to the smartwatch by C.B. Ruber. And then Linux brought one, Microsoft brought one, and then Sony Ericsson LiveView smartwatch received data for a phone. It was released in 2010. I really did think Apple was the first smartwatch. Apparently it was not. But yeah, the episode was released March 19th, 1995. And it was season 6, episode 19. And the episode is called Lisa's Wedding. Another one is Bart to the Future, which was written in March 19th, 2000. Do they release all their episodes on March 19th?
Yeah.
Now that was just strange. Like, that was really...
And I believe in that episode, she also FaceTimes.
Give me a second. Your audio was being weird. Say that again. Wait, why is going on? Your audio thing cut off.
What?
And now I can hear you. What?
So another one is... Okay, I had just hold a second. Just give me a second.
Okay.
I think I know it.
So where else? Wait. Wing, wing, wing. Hippos. I'm having fun with hippos.
Is that any?
Is that any better? Is what you said?
Is that any better?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I had to plug the computer in because obviously my computer doesn't want to hold a charge any more than 2 hours. My computer's not even a year old, which makes no sense. Okay, so another one that, and now I'm finally off of The Simpsons for a minute, but we go way back to like when I was a kid. There was a show called Inspector Gadget, and there was Penny off of there. They called it the infiltration, which was really similar to a digital camera. They
Where's your
also were
camera
like
thing
the
come-
first. And then they predicted a self-parking car way back in the 80s.
Those are just coming out too. Like those are like just
I know, but like seriously, like back in the 80s. But I mean, like theirs is a little more funny because it's a car. It parks like it goes up on like okay, the name was called Inspector Gadget, and anybody that's from there knows go Gadget Arms. And I'm short and I got little arms, so I do go Gadget Arms a lot. I don't think I've got the right camera on either. Because my camera went weird.
I don't know. It's not.
No. Nope, it's the right camera. Because
Yeah. Wee.
I'm
Don't get motion sick now.
I'm having way too much fun today. Can you tell?
Yeah.
So basically, it would come up, and these like the wheels would drop, and then it would go up like oh, what are those things that you pull like an antenna? Not an antenna, but
Telescopic.
Anyway, it
a
would-
telescopic.
yeah, basically you'd pull it out, and the wheels would go up, and then it would move over around a car. It's weird. That was a self-parking car. Futurama predicted drones back in 2000.
The thing was also set 1,000 years in the future, so
Right. Curious George and the Ebola virus outbreak.
I think I've heard about that one.
It was actually shown in one episode of The Simpsons 17 years before the outbreak of Ebola. Okay, yeah. Now, I know I'm back on The Simpsons again, but not my fault. In 1994, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like go, oh, that's what that's all about. So there's a character called Dolph, and it was shown using a device called the Apple Newton in The Simpsons. And he tries writing beat up Martin, and the machine changes it to eat up Martha. Well, funny enough, after the autocorrect launched in 2005, the creators actually admitted they referred to this episode when they created the product. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, but autocorrect has been a pain for most people. And you can turn it off. But I'm probably going to say you probably should not.
South Park is another one in 2018. And the episode was called Britney's New Look, but it was basically it has everything to do with Miley Cyrus's breakdown or meltdown. They also predicted, okay, so they actually predicted where Osama Osama bin Laden was hanging out. South Park did. Because one of the characters that comes in says, well, if I was looking for him, I'd be looking for him in Pakistan. And that's where he was found. Trying to get off of.
Oh yeah.
South Park was another one that had Ebola.
I will say,
Uh,
South Park, they make the episodes like they only get like a week to make their episodes.
yeah. There was also, what is it? There's also an episode of Friends. You know what Friends is, right?
I know what it is. Somebody's been bugging me to get the whole series for them.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so there's an episode on there where Ross is reaching out to old classmates. And it was basically, that is what Facebook actually started out as, was just reaching out to old classmates, and it's become so big now. And he called it Face something. I can't, my computer is being about as stupid as your camera right now. And basically, it was like a future thing of Facebook. And it has everything to do with like going, I don't know if it has something to find about a classmate that passed away or something. But yeah, you were talking about the Mountain Dew conspiracies, and then I'm like, wait, there's a conspiracy about cartoons. And actually, some of these go back way to. There's a cartoon from the 1960s that actually had something to do with something that happened. I don't even remember. We've been talking for almost 2 hours. We're getting better at this.
Yep.
And one that everybody thinks would have predicted the future. So the Jetsons, I remember watching that as a kid. I loved the Jetsons and Rosie, the robot maid. The closest I think we have to robot maids right now is Tim, yeah, okay. We need to explain who Tim is. So Quentin has one of those vacuum cleaners that's a circle, and what is it called?
So mine's called an iSmart, but normally a lot of them are called Roombas. The only reason I remember what Roombas are called is because I'm thinking of the Claymore rumor.
Okay, so Quentin has a Roomba thing. It's not a Roomba. It's like kind of a different brand. And we've named it Tim. So you know what? I've been trying to figure out what to call our listeners for the longest time. I think our listeners, we have Timothys. So all our Timothy listeners out there, yes, that's what we're going to call them, Timothys. Our listeners are now Timothys.
This is all on her, not me.
It is. This is what happens when I oversleep. And I feel really bad. And that's still no response. So maybe they forgot. I don't know. But anyway, what I was saying is the Jetsons, I believe, when it was supposed to take place in the year 2025.
No.
What year was it?
2004.
That's when they're. Oh, they weren't even close to being advanced. They were more advanced than we are now.
That's why I'm laughing.
But my question, okay, I have a really weird question. So if movies like Demolition Man, They have these like really fancy flying cars and stuff like that.
No flying
If they
cars
can
in
do
the-
this for movies, how come we can't do it for the public?
You do realize there's no flying cars in Demolition Man. They're just full
Okay,
of
there's
safe-
something with the cock.
The car can self-drive.
But that movie came out how long ago, and we're just now getting into self-driving cars?
Self-driving has been around since 1988.
It probably wasn't very good.
No, it was not, but it was.
I self-drive. I go by myself and I drive.
We're almost at 2 hours, by the way.
We need to wrap this up. But there's so many different cartoons and shows and movies and stuff that predict the future, and a lot of times they do it. And this has been a rabbit hole. My dog just farted.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thanks for listening.
we're at the end.
Thanks for listening to Let's Tell Their Story. This has been a weird story.
This has been a weird episode, so we thank all our Timothys out there for following along with us. And yes, this is going to stick.
Okay.
Until next time, stay safe.
And curious.